So, hello Sunbeamers. I hope you all are fine. Today we are going to start a new chapter of your biology of class 6, that is your cell, the structural and functional unit of life. Okay, I think the book is visible. So, most probably this is the first chapter of your class 6 ICSC, and one of the most important chapter and the basic chapter in biology, that is your cell. So we will study it in detail. Before starting the chapter, we have to understand what is the structural and functional unit. What do you mean by structural and functional unit? See students, our houses are made up of bricks. So for our house, if we take the house in consideration, brick is the structural as well as the functional unit of our house. How? We will join number of bricks and that will form a wall, and we will join number of walls that will form a room, and we will join number of rooms that will form a home or a house. So for a house, the structural and functional unit is brick. From brick we will make wall, from wall we will make room, and from room we will make home. Okay, so in case of body, if we discuss about the organization of our body consists of cell as the structural and functional unit of our body. And number of cells make tissue. Group of cells is known as your tissue. And that tissue will form any organ, that is your stomach or your heart, lungs. And number of organs will form your organ system. Organ system, OS, organ system, and that organ system will form an organism or a body organism. So cell is the basic structural and functional unit of an organism. So every organism is made up of cells, you can say. So some organisms are single celled, like your bacteria. Bacteria is a single celled animal or a organism, not animal, organism. I'm sorry. Bacteria is a single celled organism, or amoeba. Amoeba, if you will see, amoeba is like that. Haphazardly you can do amoeba because it will be like that only. Okay, there is no proper shape of amoeba. It is the shape of amoeba is known as amoeboid shape. Okay, it is a specific shape given name amoeboid. So like this, haphazardly you can do amoeba. This is a single celled. Okay, single celled organisms are called unicellular, and examples are your amoeba, while other organisms are multicellular. Multicellular means many cells are present, like rose, frog, human beings are also multicellular. My dear student, we are now multicellular, but we started our life from a unicellular nature. Okay, from the unicellular nature, our cells divided, multiplied itself into group of cells, and then sequentially we became an organism. So every organism life starts as a single cell. Okay, how single cell mechanism works, how it becomes a single cell, from a single cell, how the cell multiplies or cell division takes place and we become an organism, that we will study in higher classes. Not, it is not required at this level. Even the largest banyan tree or elephant or we ourselves starts life as a single cell. This single cell undergoes repeated divisions to become a complete living organism. Yes, as I have told you now. So cell is the basic unit of life, structurally as well as functionally. So this is the definition of cell, basic unit of life, both structurally and functionally, or basic structural and functional unit of our life itself. So for in your biology lab, if your school has a biology lab, you must have seen a microscope. So why we need a microscope? We need a microscope because we cannot see cell through our eyes or naked eyes. Why? Because cells are very small in nature. They are very minute particles. Not particles, they are very minute in nature, so that we cannot see that through our naked eyes. So we need a microscope so that it will facilitate us to see the cell. So first microscope was discovered. First microscope was developed by A.V. Leeuwenhoek. Okay, it was a simple microscope. Okay, and from that microscope, he was able to see the blood cells in the capillaries of the foot web of frog. It was a simple microscope. See, here is a simple microscope with a single biconvex lens, and with the help of that, he only was able to see the blood cell in the foot web of frog. Okay. Now the term cell was coined by Robert Hooke. This one you have to remember. The term cell was coined by Robert Hooke, and Robert Hooke made a compound microscope using two lenses. Simple microscope have single biconvex lens, but compound microscope, this is a compound microscope. It has two lenses, and from that he was able to see the cell more clearly. Okay, so in a cell, the living substance. 1 minute, yeah. He examined a thin slice of a dead cork. Dead cork means, suppose you see the bark of the tree also, we can say. Dead cork means something that is, why it is dead cork? Because it lacked protoplasm. What is protoplasm? We will learn now after few minutes. What is protoplasm? How a protoplasm is necessary for a cell to be living, and without protoplasm, why a cell is called dead? We will learn after some time, but you remember that he examined that in a dead cork. Dead cork means a part of a plant, you can say. Observed a cluster of box-like cubicles piled up together, and it reminded him of the cells of the monks. See, sometimes cells is used for small rooms also. So while he was examining on the dead cork through a compound microscope, in his mind, he reminded of the cells of monks in a monastery, and he named the dead cork cells as cells. Okay, and cell was derived from the word cella, which means compartment, small compartments. He saw in the cells of the dead cork. Okay, by examining the dead cork under a compound microscope. The branch of biology which deals with the study of cells is called cytology. Cytology means study of cells. Robert Hooke had only seen the walls of dead cells that had once surrounded the living portions of cells. The living portions of cells are called your protoplasm. And protoplasm has two portions, cytoplasm and nucleus. These are the new terms that is coming. Protoplasm. See, the dead and empty cells without protoplasm. That's why it is known as dead cells. Cells with protoplasm is not known as dead cells. See, protoplasm means the living substance in a cell. Suppose now I am going to show you the animal cell. Okay, the living substance. This is the protoplasm, and the protoplasm is divided into two parts: cytoplasm and nucleus. Detail we will study when it will come. Okay, and without a protoplasm, the cell is dead, or cell is termed as dead cell. Okay, cell is not termed as living if protoplasm is absent. So on the basis of number, I've already told you cell are of two types, unicellular and multicellular. Example you can see here: bacteria, yeast, amoeba, paramecium, and chlamydomonas. Multicellular, you humans, any animal name you can put on multicellular, plant name. Okay. Shell shape, you see, amoeba. Amoeba looks like that. Paramecium, you will see paramecium, it will look like your slipper. Chlamydomonas, like your locket. These are single celled organisms. Single celled organisms. Shell shape. Cells are of various shapes. Irregular shape. See amoeba, irregular shape. This shape is known as amoeboid shape, irregular. It is not regular, random shape you can say. Randomly it has taken its shape. Not specific. Okay, irregular shape. Or next is your oval shape. See chlamydomonas. Your chlamydomonas, oval in nature. Okay, oblong, slipper-like or oblong shape. Oblong means like this, oblongated, elongated you can say. Okay, paramecium is found in stagnant water. The single celled body is oblong, means slipper shaped or elongated. Next is elongated. Elongated is mushroom shape. See like that. Sorry. This is your mushroom shape. Oblong means slipper shaped. And elongated is your elongated means like that. Somewhat cylindrical. Okay. And contractile means this is little bit slender at the ends and elongated in nature. Why elongated? To enable movement. Okay, in our muscles we need a great movement, we need to have great movement. So for facilitating movement or for good movement, the shape of muscle cells are elongated. Thread like nerve cells. Nerve cells are thread like. Okay, and why? Because they run from the brain to different parts of the body, so they need to be very thin, thread like, so that easily nerve impulses can travel from brain to other parts of the body. Cubical shape, see your cubical shape cell. Okay, in plants basically have this type of cubical shape cell. Okay, like that, cubical. Cell size, see, smallest cell is your bacteria, very small, and the longest cell is your nerve cell, and largest cell is your ostrich egg. Largest and thus largest cell, you can easily see this ostrich egg. Okay, so smallest is your bacteria, longest is nerve cell, and largest is bird's eggs. That is your ostrich egg is the largest eggs and the largest cell in the in your biology, or largest cell in among other organisms. So what is cell theory? Cell theory was given by the scientist Virchow. Cell theory was given by the scientist Virchow. Okay? And according to Virchow, every organism is made up of cell. Cell is the structural unit of all living organisms. Cell is also the functional unit of all living organisms. Yes, functions of the bodies are usually are performed by the cell only. From the cell, tissue is formed. From the tissue, organ is formed. And from the organ system is formed. So the cell basically performs the function so that combinedly the organ performs the same function. Suppose one cell, nerve cell. Brain has nerve cell. Brain consists of nerve cell. Nerve cell helps in nerve transmission, impulse transmission. Okay. So brain also helps in the same, because brain is made up of nerve cell. So nerve cell function is impulse transmission. brain function is also the same. It transmits impulse or controls organism or other parts of the body. Suppose you are taking your hand near the iron. Suddenly, after touching the iron, you move your hand back. It is a work of the nervous system. Okay, and by the work of the nervous system, the nerve present near your finger tells you that please don't go there, otherwise your hand will get hurt or your finger will get hurt. So that same nerve is present in the brain, which does the same work. Okay, so cell is the structural unit and also the functional unit. Okay, see, activities of the organisms are due to the cell, and all cells arise from pre-existing cells. See, suppose it is one cell and it will divide into two. Next, it will divide into four. Next, it will divide into eight. Like that, one cell is derived from the other cell or arised from the other cell. So, first is German botanist Matthias Jacobs Claydon said that every plant is made up of numerous cells, each of which performs various functions. He was a botanist, Matthias Claydon. He told about plants. Next, a German zoologist, Swan. He confirmed the presence of nucleus surrounded by cytoplasm and the outer membrane as well, and declared that all plants and animals are made up of cells which serve as the unit of structure and function. Your Sladen told that plant is made up of numerous cells. He did not tell about animal. But your Squan, German zoologist, he told that every cell has a nucleus surrounded by a cytoplasm and outer membrane, and also told that every plant and animals have the basic structural and functional unit known as your cell. Then Rudolf Virchow finally added that all cells arise from pre-existing cells. So when it comes to cell theory, we have to name three scientists, but basically, if the question comes, cell theory was better explained by this man, Rudolf Virchow. Cell, the structural unit of life. How is cell the structural unit of life? See. Suppose I am taking kidney. This is your kidney. Okay, I'm doing one kidney only. Okay, there are your veins, nerves. This kidney inside has your nephrons. This is not required, just for explanation I'm telling nephrons. And nephrons are there for filtration of our blood. Basically, the work of kidney is to remove waste materials, to give us, to free our body from waste. So inside kidney, there are millions of nephrons. And these nephrons function are filtration of blood. That is, remove waste materials from our blood. And what is the function of kidney? Remove waste materials from the blood. So the function of the cell present inside the kidney and the kidney are same or not? Yes, they are same. That's why the nephrons make up the kidney. Millions of nephrons. Suppose millions of nephrons make your kidney, and the function of nephron and kidney are same. So nephron is the structural unit as well as the functional unit of kidney. Like that, we have many cells in our body which are the structural and functional unit of our kidney. See here, how the cell is the functional unit. Structural unit, I am sure that you have understood. I have gave the example of brain in case of your nerve cell also, and in case of your kidney, we have nephrons. Like in a cell, a functional unit of life. Every function inside a body of organism is result of cell activity. Okay, every function. See, filtration of blood, nephron, cell activity. Impulse transmission, new nerve activity. Heart cell is there. Your blood circulation cells inside the heart. Okay, your muscle cells, you can say cardiac muscle cells. So every function in your body is due to cell activity of the cell. So in plants, absorption of water and minerals by root cell. Root are made up of root cell or root hair cell, you can say. They help in your absorption of water. Preparation of food. Preparation of food. How plants prepare food? The process is called photosynthesis in the presence of chlorophyll. And preparation of food is due to the stomata present in the leaves. Okay. Stomata contain your chloroplast, and that chloroplast contain chlorophyll inside them. So they perform photosynthesis, preparation of food in plants. Animals, movement, muscle cells, digestion. Okay, the cells of various glands which secrete enzymes. In your stomach, we have your peptic cells which secrete your enzyme pepsin, which helps in protein digestion. These all are not required, but just I am telling because of to give a clarity to you about your function of cells. How cell is the functional unit? Peptic cells, oxyntic cells that secretes hydrochloric acid that help in your digestion. Okay, so digestion also is because of the cells of the glands which secrete enzymes. Liver cells or hepatic cells. That hepatic cells secrete bile that help in your fat digestion. Release of energy also is due to your cell. Now, structure of cell. Very important part. Structure of cell. Three basic part of cell are cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. Cell membrane is the membrane means outermost covering or outermost part. Cell membrane is called the plasma membrane. See, each cell is surrounded by a cell membrane. This is animal cell I am doing, okay? This is the cell membrane. What are the functions or what are the characteristic of cell membrane? Very thin in nature, delicate and flexible, living in nature. It has your fine pores. See, it has fine pores to, oh, see, it has your, I don't think the pores are visible. Yes, see, fine pores. Why fine pores? So that it will be easy for particles or substances to come inside the cell and go outside the cell. Okay, so it has fine pores and the membrane is selectively permeable. The word selectively permeable. Selectively permeable. Why it is called, what is permeable? Permeable means allow the entry of particles or easily transportable. Easy allowance, you can say. Selectively permeable means, selectively means it will select and allow. It will not allow everyone. Suppose you are going to a wedding and the guard is standing at the gate. You have to show your wedding card or invitation card to get an entry to the wedding. If you don't have that, the guard will not allow. So that is a selectively permeable. Okay, so the cell membrane is selectively permeable. It allows the entry of certain molecules only while holding back the others. So सब molecule को अंदर allow नहीं करेगा, कुछ को allow करेगा. Basically the solvent particles it allows, others it doesn't allow. Cell wall. Your plant cell is made up of cell. Plant cell has another outermost covering, that is your cell wall. It has cell membrane, but beside the cell membrane, in addition, it has your cell wall. It is made up of cellulose, and it gives shape and rigidity to the plant cell. Animal cell don't have cell wall. Plant cell have cell wall. Why? To give shape and rigidity to the plant cell. It is non-living. It is non-living in nature. Why? Because it is made up of cellulose. It protects the cell from entry of disease-causing agents as well as underlying protoplasm against mechanical injury. See, plant cell has to sustain many unfavorable conditions than animal cell. So for protections, we have to have a cell wall so that it will prevent it from disease-causing agents and mechanical injuries. So it is freely permeable. What is freely permeable? Everyone is allowed. Everyone without any hindrance. No restriction. And plant cell, in plant cell, your animal cell, you have no cell wall. Cytoplasm. See. Now we have learned that cell has three parts: plasma membrane and filter. Next is cytoplasm. The liquid, semi-liquid substance surrounded or spread in the cell is your cytoplasm. It is translucent in nature, and entire living portion of the cell is formed by the cytoplasm except the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, we have another liquid, but apart from the nucleus, suppose this is the nucleus, apart from the nucleus, every other thing is made by the cytoplasm, surrounded by the cytoplasm. Nucleus, the center of the cell or the brain of the cell, is the nucleus. Okay. The brain of the cell is the nucleus. Nucleus is a small spherical mass located in the center of the cytoplasm. Center. And the most important part of the cell is the nucleus. What is the function of the nucleus? Regulates and coordinates various life processes of the cell. As I have told you, it is the brain of the cell. What brain does? Controls everything. In the same way, nucleus controls everything of the cell. Okay? Important role in cell division. Cell division occurs due to nucleus only. How it occurs, we will read later. But cell division is because of nucleus. It contains your genes that determines the heredity, purvaj. Heredity means your heredity in Hindi, what we will say, I can't tell you now. What characters have you gained from your forefathers, your parents, your relatives? Everything is contained in the gene. So that gene is present inside the nucleus. So nucleus is very important part of your cell. Nucleus has also 2 to 3 parts. That is your nuclear membrane. A special membrane is there. Okay. Nuclear membrane. And it has a dense nucleoplasm, which is denser than the cytoplasm. A nucleoplasm. Okay. And inside the nucleoplasm, we have a nucleolus, a darker body. You see nucleolus here. And in the nucleoplasm, we have the dark stained thread-like structured chromatin fibers. Chromatin fibers. Chroma means colored. So dark stained means colored. Thread-like structures. Chromatin fibers. And inside the chromatin fibers, we have chromosomes. Chromosomes will be like that somehow. See. Okay, ribbon-like structures, chromosome. And these chromosomes are visible during the cell division. Okay. And in our human beings, we have 23 pairs of chromosome. 23 pairs. Every organism has specific pair of chromosome. In humans, that is 23. That means we have 46 chromosomes. In maize, that is 20. Means 10 pair of chromosome. In pea, 7 pair, 14 chromosomes. Okay. So in human, we have 46 chromosomes which occur in pair. Chromosomes are always in pairs. Okay. Now, the next part is your diagram. See, diagram you have to draw yourself. After the completion of every part, I will do the diagram of animal cell. Here, plant cell you have to do at your home. So in the next class, we will learn about what are the other minute parts of the cell. And these parts of the cell are known as your cell organelles. Means cell is also made up of cell organelles. Means cell का भी part निकल गया, cell organelles. Finite functional parts of the cell. So this one we will read in the next class. Till then, thank you. Bye bye and wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. Jai Hind. Please like and subscribe the channel and share it to your friends. Thank you.